on a wire. The biggest one said,
I can fly much higher.
So off she flew in the sky so blue. And the wire did wobble and the wire did sway. The little birds fluttered, trying to stay. Then all was calm. 4 little sparrows sitting on a wire. The smallest one said,
I can fly much higher.
So off he flew in the sky so blue. And the wire did wobble and the wire did sway. The little birds fluttered, trying to stay. Then all was calm. 3 little sparrows sitting on a wire. The oldest one said,
I can fly much higher.
So off she flew in the sky so blue. And the wire did wobble and the wire did sway. The little birds fluttered, trying to stay. Then all was calm. 2 little sparrows sitting on a wire. The youngest one said,
I can fly much higher.
So off she flew in the sky so blue. And the wire did wobble and the wire did sway. The little birds fluttered, trying to stay. Then all was calm. 1 little sparrow sitting on a wire. The last sparrow said,
I can fly much higher.
So off he flew in the sky so blue. And the wire did wobble and the wire did sway. The little sparrow said,
I'll be back someday.
Then all was calm.
Hi boys and girls, Miss Luick here, and I'm introducing the letter of the week, which is W. So the W letter is a consonant and it makes the W sound. So our alpha friend is Willy Worm, and our letter is W for wagon, or W for walrus.
Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Gagnon here. I'm going to talk about sounding out words. We're trying to get more writing done, and so if you're thinking about what a word sounds like, if you think about the beginning sound you hear, the middle sound, and the ending, and then put it all together, like the word cat. We have k, a, t, cat, or vet, v, e, t, vet. And some words we have 2 sounds, like the sh, sh, and ch, chair, ch, and th, and the. That's a little bit harder, but it's the same thing. You would have the beginning sound, ch, a, chair. And we could do pot, p, a, t, pot. So be thinking like that if you're questioning what a word would be spelled like or sound like.
Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Fisher here, and we are going to work on syllables. So syllables are chunks of words. It's what you get when you take a word apart. So we're going to look at this picture and we are going to find objects that are 1 syllable. So I see a book. So we can clap it out. Book. I also like to put my hand under my chin and see how many times my mouth moves up and down, and that'll tell me how many syllables. Book. So it's 1 syllable. Let's see if we can find another one. Chair. 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 1 syllable. And, ooh, here's one. Desk. 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 1 syllable. Now we'll look for 2-syllable words. Here's one. Apple. 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 2 syllables. Hamster, hamster, hamster. 2 syllables. And this picture is on an easel. Easel, easel. 2 syllables. And let's see if I can find a 3-syllable word. Ooh. Calendar. 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 Can you find any things at your house that you can break into syllables?
Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Hemphill here. It is May 4th, 2020. May the 4th be with you. It's spring, warm and sunny, and I'm going to read you a story. My story is called Just a Duck, written by Karen Bramson. I love the pictures in this book. My good friend Duck, why slink like that? Well, can't you see, I am a cat. A cat? But you don't look like me. I will when I grow up, you'll see. My ears are still a little small. I don't see any ears at all. You don't? But then again, you never know. They might just need some little time to grow. So I could be a cat? Hooray! Then you and I can play all day. That does sound fun. Come follow me. I'll take you to my favorite tree. Can you hear the rhyming? Oh, that's a pretty tree for sure. So pretty I could almost purr. Well, yes, it's best for climbing though. I'll race you to the top. Let's go! Uh-oh. Whoop. Whoop. Oh! Oh dear, this really is a shame. I think I'm off my climbing game. Now, we climb with claws, you know. Your claws might need some time to grow. Oh yes, I think they're still too small. I don't see any claws at all. Well, let's find things we both can do. Hey, there's a lake. Let's play canoe. No, let's play chase around the trees and bat at leaves upon the ... Oh no, kitty! Breeze! Oops. Don't worry, cat, I'll bring you back. We cats don't like to swim, but quack! Poor drippy cat, are you all right? I'll push you to the shore, hang tight. Ducks are good swimmers. All the way in. My friend, how do you swim like that? Are you some kind of super cat? Alas, I think it's just my luck to be no more than just a duck. No more than just a duck, you say? Why, you're the duck who saved my day. You're a real hero, don't you see? That you are just the duck for me? Oh, cat, you're a real hero too. If only I could climb like you. but I know what we both can do, ... The drip, dry, shimmy, shake for two. The end.
Good morning. These are the books that you will read this week. 1 of 3, and then someone bigger. We also have 6 vocabulary words. Have is our first one. I have one baby brother. What does it mean? If you have something, it is with you. The second word is help. I help my mom draw. When you help someone, you do something for that person. The next word is one. One. This is the one I want. What does it mean? You use the word one when you're talking about a single person or a thing. Our fourth word is every. We brush our teeth every morning. You use the word every when you talk about each one in a group. Our next word is ask. I ask for food when I'm hungry. Ask. You use the word ask when you talk about questions. The last one is walk. We walk in the park. Walk. Use your feet to move. These are our vocabulary words. These are our stories. Have a wonderful week.
All right, so Mother's Day is coming. This week, if we had been in school, would have been the Mother's Day tea. And I'm really sad, we're all sad that we don't get to have the tea. But if we hadn't, one of your jobs would have been to draw a picture of your mom, and we would have put it on the chairs. And when the moms came in, they would have to figure out what picture had their face on it, and that would be where they were sitting. So the teachers decided to draw a picture of their moms, and we're going to see if we can figure out whose picture belongs with what teacher. And here we go.
All right, so here are all our lovely mom drawings, ladies. What do you think? Whose mom is whose?
So for W week, we usually look at some worms, and I've got these worms from Teresa's Pets. These are called night crawlers. They're nice and big so you can see all their body parts. So these are living creatures. When you do this experiment, you need to handle them gently. I'm gonna get some of the dirt off so you can see it. And the first thing that we would do is to investigate the worm with a magnifying glass. And when you use a magnifying glass, you want to hold it up to your eye and then come down into it so it's nice and clear, and you can check them out like that. And we're going to be doing some experiments with our worms.
All right, so Mrs. Beltran and I picked out our worms. How's yours doing?
Moving very well. Look at
Mine
him.
is active too. Should we look under the
Magnifying glass, so we put it to our eye. Down. Ooh. Wow, look at him move. He's going on the other side of my hand.
Is it tickling your hand?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little slimy.
Yes.
Okay, so our test is, does our worm like the wet half of the paper towel or the dry half? What do you think, Mrs. Beltran? What do you think it'll like?
You know, we've done this a few times, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, some they do like the wet, some they like the dry. So I'm thinking this guy, because he's moving so much, will probably like the wet. What about you?
I think so too, because if you think about a worm, they live down in the ground, maybe like a garden. It could be sort of moist dirt. Should we find out?
Yes,
All right,
let's find out.
Okay,
All right.
half and half.
Half and half. Half on the wet and half on the dry. All right, let's see what he does. I have dirt everywhere.
think our experiment proves that worms like moist.
Yes, wet better than dry.
So our experiment will be to see if worms prefer the light or the dark. So here we go. I'm gonna grab a little wormy. Here, you can take this one. Come on, take it, Miss Lewis!
If you don't like worms.
There we go. Okay. So now we're going to take our little tent and we're going to put it over the worm and see which it prefers, the light or the dark. Okay, I think that we've shown that they prefer to be in the dark.
So our last experiment with the live worms is rough or smooth. So we have a piece of sandpaper and then a smooth tape. Let's see if I can get a new worm in here who hasn't had his debut yet. There we go. Get a good one too. Woo!
Wow, she's moving.
Go, just let him.
Let's see.
Did yours like the smooth?
Yeah, if it could run, I would have said it ran off the paper. But this guy's adventurous.
Oh, there goes mine. Yep, it did not like that rough sandpaper.
Hi boys and girls, I'm going to tell you about the parts of a worm. So if you look really close at a worm, you'll see little tiny lines all the way down its body, and those are called segments. And every worm has a little, kind of like a fatter piece of skin around it. That's called the saddle. And once you find the saddle, whatever side is closer to that saddle is the head. So this is the head end of the worm, and this is the tail end of the worm. Do you see the saddle on your worm, Mrs. Faucher?
I think I do. Is it a little bit different in color?
Yeah, it's a little
Ooh, there it is.
lighter or darker shade.
Haha. So that must be his head because that one's closer. And his tail is here.
Yeah. And some fun facts about worms is they can lose their tail and grow it back, but not their head. They have 2 layers of muscles, one that goes up and down the body and then one that goes around. So that's why they're able to move like slinkies, and it helps them get through the dirt. Another fun fact is they don't have lungs. Worms breathe through their skin, and they have 5 hearts. So those are some fun facts about worms.
So, boys and girls, if you would like to do these experiments at home, here's what you need. Some worms. You can dig them out of your garden, or you can go to Teresa's Pets and get some. You'll need some black construction paper folded in half long ways for the tunnel. You'll need a piece of sandpaper, some paper towel that you get half wet, and a magnifying glass. Have fun.
All right, so our next activity with our worms is we each have a gummy worm. We still have our real worms, and we'll do a little comparison of each. Okay, ladies, we're finishing this sentence. A real worm is... So I'll go ahead and start. A real worm is squishy. A gummy worm is sticky.
A real worm is wiggly. A gummy worm doesn't move.
A real worm is alive. A gummy worm is not alive.
A real worm is brown. A gummy worm is colorful.
And a real worm is dirty. And a gummy worm is clean.
Okay, ladies, next question is, a real worm can, finish the sentence. A real worm can grow its tail back. A gummy worm cannot.
A real worm can breathe through its skin. A gummy worm does not breathe.
A real worm helps in the garden. A gummy worm is just delicious.
A real worm poops out dirt, and that's called castings. A gummy worm does not.
Then a real worm has 5 hearts. A gummy worm doesn't have any.
Okay, last thing. A real worm eats
Dirt!
A gummy worm gets
Eaten!
This is my mom. Did you guess right? I hope you did. Have a great week, boys and girls. Bye.
This is my mom. Don't we look alike? Have a wonderful week. We'll see you on Zoom.
This is my mom. Mwah. Have a great week.
This is my mom. Have a great week.
Here's a picture of my mom. Mwah. Have a great week.